Previously on Rayman Revolution. Rayman, I'm pregnant and you're the father. Okay. This is the Cave of Bad Dreams, and yes, I know I haven't updated in forever, and I'm very sorry. Some recent comments actually is what spurred me to continue, if I'm honest, although I have been thinking about it for a while. This is the Cave of Bad Dreams. Now, as you might have noticed, although I haven't gone that far in it already, yes, there are skulls dropping from the ceiling, and that is climbable, even though it probably doesn't look particularly climbable. There are no yellow lumps in this level. There were, if you owned any other versions before this, as far as I'm aware. I believe the N64 version. I've never played the N64 version, only the port, the DS, as I think I've said it before, maybe. Only on that version, and I believe the Dreamcast version as well, there were lumps. I've never played this on the PlayStation, so I couldn't say. There are no yellow lumps in this, on this version. It is simply a sort of sidetrack level, purely. That's what it is. I also believe that for some of the lumps to be in the main adventure exploration area, I think they probably had to take some yellow lumps from somewhere and they took some from this place. Which is fair enough. Yeah, scary hands in the walls. Shoot them with your weapon, with your shots, else they'll grab you and hurt you. Can I get up these walls in time? Yes, I did. Yeah, they open, they close again after a while. They don't crush you though. You can stand between them, and they'll just simply push you to the middle. They won't crush you. And oh, I'm sliding. Am I going to make it? Oh, that stupid wall. Oh well, it's more entertaining if you see me fail, I suppose. Fail at a game that I know quite well, especially. And let's see if I can actually make it this time. Excuse me, my throat's a bit stuffed up. Right. Now I've got to hit these horrible people. And ow, that one hurt me. Shoot like a madman. If all else fails, just turn and shoot. And we get a ball! Yay! And now because we can run, like when I bought that power, which is very useful. Like I said, you can't have that in any of the other versions. It's very useful for speeding up certain parts. It'll come in useful at a very difficult level later on. Right, there's two more of those triangular things, and in order to get through that mouth we just saw, we have to go and get two more orbs. I could have picked either route. I'll go this way first. It doesn't really matter which way you go. So I'll hop across to these, then this one will lift you up into the air. And now we have to get onto that rotating platform, which just involves being patient. This is where the puzzle aspects of the game come in. It's very much a puzzle platformer, probably on the same sort of level as Banjo-Kazooie and also old Mario, 3D Mario games. I think that's why I like Rayman. I mean, it was a 2D platformer, which it was still brilliant at being. Very colourful. I love Rayman 1. I'll have to do a Let's Play of that at some point. And then here we have Rayman 2. I think the switch to 3D was a bit jarring, because I know a lot of people didn't like it. I think there is secret footage, and also there were some screenshots in an old magazine, I think, where they still had it in 2D, and then they changed it to 3D for some reason. Yeah, I love the fact that with the orbs, if you drop them into, or you lose them, basically by dropping them into an abyss or into a destructible object, they'll just simply appear where you last were, which is there, wherever you last held it, so it's quite useful. My advice is to wait, throw the orb, let it land, and then follow it, rather than having to jump, and then it might not land while you're in midair, and then you have to go back and get it again, which can be quite annoying. That's my advice anyway. It's usually best if you don't die, like I'm doing right now. I swear, it's just because I'm doing something and I'm recording it that I'm worse than I normally am. I normally get quite nervous. Yeah, I know, it just makes it sound like I'm making excuses. So I'm sorry. There we go, and then jump to there. So just wait for the bit where the it's more vertically towards you rather than horizontal, and you're less likely to miss it. And there's red lumps for you. Especially there, it's a good idea to make sure the actual orb lands, so you have to go all the way back up again. This one's quite tricky but relatively short because the area is only really small. And then I never walk around. I usually either drop down there holding the orb, which causes you to drop it, I think, or I walk and I throw it like I just did. And now we can go the opposite way and get the yellow orb. This way is more linear, you have to just work your way around and then you'll get the orb. It's quite normal, just a bit challenging more than anything. I can always just advise observing your surroundings, seeing what happens, and then just working out the best way of getting somewhere. Alright, in other news, I've been watching Catchanonis's latest Let's Play. I need to go back to that actually. Rule of Rose. It was never released here in the UK, or in Europe I should say. It's got a very British setting. It's sort of on level with Haunting Ground in a sense. It's got many similarities but also many differences, from what I can see anyway. It has a dog, a protagonist female girl who's very young, but she has a very different way of moving around. And she's not as capable as, say, Fiona in Haunting Ground. But it's an interesting difference, because I mean, it's hard to believe that all these young little girls can just pick up these random weapons and suddenly defend themselves. It kind of loses the point, really. I think a lot of people have said a similar thing about Silent Hill, and how, supposedly in difference to Resident Evil, you're not supposed to have loads of weapons and stuff. You're supposed to be about being lost and having to work out puzzles and run away from monsters, so people actually prefer some games to be like that. But Rule of Rose, I can't quite understand why they would want to ban that, particularly, and I'm failing at putting this orb on top of this sniff. I think I'm just standing too close. I assume it's just because it featured young children acting creepy. They didn't want to encourage such things with young children, and it's a little bit too close to reality, although it was set in like 1930s or something ridiculous. Meh. I can never quite understand why they ban certain games in certain places. Seems a bit silly, really. Like Manhunt, although Manhunt is rather bad in many ways because it encourages you to be violent for no reason. Are we going to save? No, nothing yet. Oops. Okay, I'm never normally that quick at failing at this. This is going to be very bad. I can foresee it now. Normally I'm okay at this bit, although I think normally by now I've bought the quick fire shot thing, so I'm probably actually struggling without that. I'll definitely have to aim to buy that as soon as possible. I actually forget how good that is and how useful it is. What? Why didn't I jump? Okay. I call shenanigans, on that one at least. It's a good job I don't do speedruns or anything, because right now I'm looking very poor as a player. I don't think Let's Speed Rayman Revolution will be coming anytime soon. At least we're getting a bit of health back. Okay, I'm very silent at the moment. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Oh, phew, teeth have gone. No more danger.